to my channel. So I'm just doing a really quick, really quick review of Wonder Woman 1984. Was not that impressed by this movie, so that's why this review is going to be very quick. So just a quick summary. This movie is set in 1984. It does open with a scene of a younger Diana back on her home world competing in a athletic competition against older Amazons. And for pretty much most of the race, she is ahead until she gets distracted and she falls off her horse and she decides to take a shortcut. Basically, is seen as cheating. She does get back ahead. She gets back her position in the game. She's just about to finish when her aunt stops her and tells her that she can't complete the competition because she cheated. This is not really referenced again in the movie at any point, so I'm not really sure why it was put in there. I mean, it was a nice scene. I did like the visuals on it. Unless the lesson was just that you can't cheat your way through life. You have to go about things the right way, and you can't take shortcuts. So I guess maybe that was the lesson. It then jumps ahead to 1984, and I'm talking really fast because I'm just trying to get through it. It jumps ahead to 1984, where Diana has pretty much been living her life, I guess, kind of incognito and only helping out with little things here or there, which I find weird because at this point she's been on Earth now for 66 years. The first movie took place in 1918. So Diana would have witnessed a lot of things going wrong with humanity that she decided to sit on the sidelines and just watch. And yet she chooses to stop a petty robbery at a mall. Hey, it is what it is, I guess. So, anyways, we get the. I did enjoy this scene though because it's one of the few action scenes that we get in the movie, and it's one of the few scenes that actually really does look like it's 80s because the mall is very 80s, very retro looking. This is a really good scene. Like I said, it's one of the few action scenes in the movie because the movie kind of goes downhill after this and it gets a little slow. And I'm not even gonna lie, like maybe 25-30 minutes into the movie, I think I did doze off for about 5-10 minutes and woke back up because I kind of got bored with it. So what we find out next is that Diana has been working for the Smithsonian as an anthropologist, and I hope I said that word right. I'm not sure if I did. And that is where she meets the character Barbara Minerva, who later becomes the cheetah character that we see in the movie. Now, Barbara is this frumpy, shy, not sure of herself type of character that we've seen done many times before. If you've ever seen the movie like, say, Jawbreakers or What Women Want or She's All That, or even it's been done in Spider-Man. Funny thing about the two movies I just named, She's All What Women Want and Jawbreaker, is that the same character plays the same character type is in both those movies is played by the same actress. But anyways, what they do with this character is you can tell underneath all of it is an attractive woman. If she just like dressed better, maybe put on a little bit of makeup, that she would be very attractive. But what they do is dress this person in frumpy clothes. The hair is just a little messy, and they have the people in the movie kind of like ignore her, doing in situations that in the real world would not even happen, because regardless of what you look like in the real world, if you tripped or you dropped a handful of stuff out of your hand in front of most people are decent enough to where they would help you regardless of what you look like and regardless of what sex you are. Like, no one's going to walk over you if you dropped a stack of files in your hand. Most people are going to bend over and help you. That's just fact. So that's what they use to show in these movies, that this person is not really attractive and people ignore them. And then they also kind of use it to show that the really attractive person in the movie, the one that's deemed the beautiful person, they do what they do to show that this person is not conceited or they're not into themselves and they're not a diva, is that's usually the person that stops to help them pick up their files, so that we get the sense of, yes, this person is beautiful, but at the same time they have a heart. So that's pretty much what Diana does when Barbara drops her files. Diana's the only person that bends over to help her, and then we see that Barbara's actually looking for companionship and friendship, and Diana picks up on this and she goes along with it, and they kind of form a little mini friendship, and it goes from there. So the FBI commissions this Barbara character to actually look at the stolen artifacts from the robbery. To, she's supposed to go through this, and then I guess make an assessment about these items. And that's when she stumbles up on the dark crystal. Sorry, not the dark crystal, this funky looking crystal right here. I guess whatever this thing is, some type of wishing crystal. I don't know where it came from. You don't know the rules about this wishing crystal. How many wishes do you get? No one knows. But anyways, this crystal allows you to make wishes. And so Diana unknowingly wishes to have Trevor back, her boyfriend, Steve Trevor from the first movie. And the weird part about this is, yes, he does come back, but he is not in his original form. He's not in his original body. He actually takes over some other guy's body, this guy here. And this guy is an already existing guy. It's not like some body that was manifested just for him to be able to come back in. This was someone who already existed in the world. So they don't even tell you where this guy's essence, where his soul, where he went. It was like, where is this guy? Is he in the sunken place? I mean, is he chilling with 22 from the movie Soul? Like, is this guy looking for him? It just doesn't tell you. Like, and then we see in the movie too that Diana and Steven do have some intimate moments. So it's like, is he able to see them from the sunken place, but he just can't, is he stuck there? I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. I'll get back around to that later on. I just found that very strange that they don't explain why he had to come back in someone else's body. It's just weird. Okay. So the other thing I will say that I noticed about Diana in this movie too is that, to me, she seemed a little, if you look at the more present movies, I liked her appearance more in the older movies. I mean, in the previous movie, not the older, but the movie that came out where she's with, Batman and Superman and then the Justice League. She looked a little more, excuse me. Sorry about that. She looked a little more sure of herself, and she looks like more like a warrior in those movies. Like when I see her in this one, she seemed very unsure of herself, and she just didn't have that same warrior look. If you remember her from the first movies when she had that shield and the sword, and she just looked so badass to me, she kind of loses that a little bit in this 1984 movie for me. And there's times too when you see her do things that she doesn't seem like she's very sure of her power, which is weird to me because, like I said, she's already been here for 66 years. So she should be a little more sure of herself and her abilities. But in this movie, it seems like there's certain things she does that she surprises herself doing. But, sorry, I'm ranting there. Let me jump ahead. So anyways, she wishes to have her boo back, her boyfriend, and Barbara actually wishes to be Diane. So what she really wants is the confidence, the ability to walk into a room, turn heads. When she first meets Diana's walking on these like stiletto heels, and she can barely walk on heels. So she's like, she wants to be able to strut her stuff the same way Diana does and get some attention. If the guys in the club to be like, hey, can I buy you a drink? That's what she's wanting. So she gets that because she wishes up on this stone, and the next thing you know, people are talking to her. The guys are paying attention to her. She's turning all kinds of heads, and she's like, "Wow, chicka, wow, wow, yeah." And and then Maxwell Lloyd actually finds out about this the stone, and that's Pedro Pascal's character. And he finds out about this stone, and what he does is he makes this Jafar Aladdin wish where he's like, "I want to be the genie of the lamp." Well, no, he wishes to be the wish stone itself, so that people have to come to him in order to make wishes. And what he is like, he's in the oil business, and his business is kind of failing. He does have a son who wishes he can spend more time with his father, but the father is just so caught up into his business that you can kind of tell that his son is being a little neglected, and he's not doing it on purpose. Because he's really not a bad guy. He's just one of those people who he wants to have success by any means necessary. So that's the character that he is. So he decides that he's going to become the wishing stone and use that to get these other businessmen to come to him to make wishes, and that will somehow help his company. Now, I guess the trade-off on wishing on this stone is that there is a downside to it, because we start to see that Diana is losing a little bit of her power, not all of it, but like bullets and stuff are starting to affect her, and we're seeing that she can actually be wounded. And then it looks like the Maxwell character as well, his health is starting to deteriorate some. So I guess I'm thinking like the more people wished up on him, like his health got a little bit better, because he decides to go on national television and have the whole world make wishes on him. And so that throws the whole world into chaos, of course, because people are making wishes that some of it is evil, basically. Like they're wishing for people to drop dead, and now like countries are going to war with each other. They're setting off nuclear bombs and whatnot. And Diana realizes that in order for everything to be set back right, people have to kind of rescind their wishes. Now, I did skip ahead, I'm sorry, because Barbara actually does makes a final wish that she doesn't want to be like anyone else and she wants to be this apex predator. So she wishes for that and then basically gets turned into one of Stephen King's Sleepwalker characters. This weird looking, cheetah looking cat, which is weird because she already had what she wanted, which was to be beautiful and to be recognized. And I don't know why you would want to go from where you want it to be, which was beautiful, confident, into turning yourself into looking like a cat. But anyway, she does, and we get this weird fight sequence that is really bad CGI. The way the motion is on it, I didn't even really like. It was kind of hard to follow, and I didn't like her appearance. We'll get off that, but anyways, it was just a really weird fight scene, and I don't think it was the best CGI in that scene. So anyways, everyone kind of figures out that they have to rescind their wish in order to set things back right. So everybody's like, I take back my wish. You know, Diana, of course, has to take back her wish and she loses her boyfriend again. And the Maxwell Lloyd character, you know, his son actually wishes that all he can do, like all he wants is to spend time with his father. So I guess this kind of touches his heart and he's like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be with my son. And you get this weird scene where his son like just magically runs out of the woods. Like, where did he come from? But anyways, and he's reconnected with his father. But this is the other thing that kind of confused me, because everyone rescinds their wish and they take back their wish, but they didn't wipe their memory. So they still know what happened. They know the events of 1984, which kind of is confusing because it doesn't explain why in the current movies, where we're supposed to be in present time, why Batman didn't know who she was, or why when the newscasts were talking about her, they kind of explained that she was this mysterious woman. I think the world would know who she is if she was doing all this stuff in 1984. And then it also makes you question, so did she go like back into hiding and decide not to help anymore after 1984? Like, because where was she this whole time? But I do believe people would know who she was from 1984, which doesn't make sense. So maybe that can be explained to me, because I really don't get it. So anyways, everything is set right. And we get that everything's been placed back into order. And this is where the guy whose body Steven was in the whole time pops back up. And it's like, okay, where was he this whole time? And why is he not questioning why there's a big blank in his memory? Okay? And then it's funny because it's kind of like, you just got used as like a human dildo. So it's like you just wake up. Wouldn't it be funny? Okay, can you imagine if someone was like using your body the whole time and they were like doing all kinds of stuff to you, and you wake up with the herpes or with the burn and they're just like, sorry about your luck, dude. You know, yeah, just go to the doctor, get a couple of shots. It's just so weird to me. I just can't get over the thought that this guy was in someone else's body the whole time, and it doesn't explain to you why that was. Where was this guy the whole time? I really want to know. Maybe they can do some add-ons to DVD. A while, it may not ever come out on DVD. I guess it was just streaming, but maybe they can do a director commentary and they'll let you know where this guy was the whole time. I don't know. That's the biggest thing I took away from this movie, is I really want to know where this dude was the whole time. Anyway, so 1984, was it good for me? No. First Wonder Woman was a lot better. I enjoyed that one a lot more. And there is a third one coming out. Don't know what they're going to do with that one, but I hope it is better than this one. Anyways, short and sweet. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.